All right, so basically UFC 118 last night. The first fight of the card, Diaz versus Davis. As we predicted, Diaz had the better cardio and more speed, so he ended up outboxing him. Davis did do a lot better than I thought he would, and he ends up getting a choke in the third round because he obviously had a ground advantage because Davis is more of a boxer. Also, Davis's all that scar tissue on his eyes that really did him in. He couldn't see out of his right eye for most of the fight.
He was just screwed as soon as he couldn't see. It was all bad. It was all bad. It was just.
As my friend would say, all
It
bad.
was all bad. But anyway, you know, he ended up choking out, not blacking out, not tapping because it was in his hometown. So I don't see a problem with that. Think he'll get suspended for that?
Oh yeah, he will. No matter what, if you don't tap, you get suspended. And the next fight, Maynard versus Florian. I was thinking it was going to be a lot more eventful, but I'm thinking Maynard wanted to play it safe so he'd get his title shot for sure. First round could have gone to either way, but then the second and third was just completely dominated by Maynard with the wrestling, just all him, no matter what. Stopped any submission attempts. There was just no chance for Florian.
Yeah, his ground game was just rock solid. I couldn't see Ken Flo getting in any submissions like I thought. My gut feeling was wrong.
It's a good thing.
Congratulations, Craig Maynard. Good fight.
And the next fight, didn't think there was going to be. I mean, I thought it was either going to be a quick submission or a war, and it was neither. It was just completely dull. Maya just sat on top of him. The fact that Maya couldn't submit him makes me think, is he really as good as everyone says? I don't think so. I doubt that even if when he fought Silva, if he would have got it to the ground, I doubt he would have submitted him. I just don't think so.
Yeah, I think he's way overrated for the fighter he is. Um, After the last two performances I've seen him fight, it totally changed my mindset about him as a fighter.
Yep, and on to the co-main event. This one just made me giddy as a schoolgirl. James Toney has such a horrible ground game that Couture literally he missed the shot technically because he didn't even want to feel the hands. That's just how it is. He ankle picked him, and Tony fell on his big black ass. And then Couture, without Tony didn't even half-ass try to get a guard. He just let Couture mount him, beat the shit out of him, and then submit him. He had no idea what he was doing. Even though right after the fight he said, "No, I know what I'm doing with my ground game. I was just nervous." I That's completely unreasonable, and it was a lie. I would love to see him back to get his ass handed to him again.
Should have fed him to Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that would be magical.
That'd be hilarious.
You have anything else to say about that fight?
Yes, after James Toney was choked, I haven't laughed that hard since I was a little girl.
And then the main event, I was completely dead wrong. Once again, it is just too easy to make Frankie Edgar the underdog. It's too easy to do that, and I'm done doubting him. It was kind of an iffy thing with their first fight, if he won, and then the second fight, it was just complete dominance. Took him down at least 6 or 7 times in the first round. It He displayed just insane amount of skills. BJ wasn't even in his rank at that point. Couldn't handle his speed, couldn't handle his cardio. He hit him with some good shots and just couldn't tag him, couldn't put him on the floor, nothing.
It doesn't seem like the old BJ Penn. I think and that when he went to his corner, they were giving him horrible advice. They just give him little pep talks.
Yeah, no real advice.
They weren't yelling at him, telling him to take the shot. It was I. If I was BJ Penn, I'd really consider a different training camp.
Oh yeah.
If if it's not the camp after that, then it's just BJ Penn's done.
Yeah.
I mean, Frankie Edgar is a great fighter. In that fight, he showed great roundness as a fighter. He's a great martial artist. He's good at what he does, and he deserves a belt.
Oh yeah, definitely. And so now the next set is going to be Maynard versus Edgar, the only guy to have ever beaten Edgar. That's going to be a good fight. I honestly don't know which way that could go because Edgar's obviously improved so much more than their last fight. It'll just be interesting to see. But we'll give you guys the update on what we think next time. See how that goes.
Edgar all the way.